What up, world? This is Elon Green from the Conscious Dreamers Collective, and this is episode 8 of The Dan Show.
Elon,
What up, sir?
what's going on, brother?
Man, happy to be here, man. Happy to be alive.
I'm also happy to be alive too. After last year, I think that's an accomplishment on everybody's checkbook.
Yeah, nigga. Especially, COVID. Yeah, nah, nigga. Right. Everybody thought it was gonna get took out. I guess at one point. I don't know about you. I got scared.
Everybody thought it was a shot at being took out.
Oh my God, yeah, like definitely.
And not just from COVID.
By the time summer rolled around, it was kind of. By the time August rolled around last year, it was kind of clear what was going on. It was like, oh, okay, I'm not going to die.
No, I don't think it's going to be me.
Right.
You might know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
Well, now that that's all cleared up, glad to be able to get back out here. I see you've been traveling a few places. Where'd you just come back from?
Man, I came back from Vegas for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, never been to Vegas, dog. Never been to Vegas.
You beat me there.
It was pretty lit. And I'm not a gambler either, you know what I'm saying? So it was awesome.
What was the first things you tried at in the casino?
I was there with my sister and her boyfriend, and I was just down there waiting around. They were playing something. I don't know how. None of this works. I just see them pressing a button.
They on the slot machine.
Yeah, they on the slot machines. Okay, so I'm just like, all right, whatever. I got $2 in my pocket. Can I put the dollar in the machine? She's like, yeah, put the dollar in. Put the dollar in. Press some buttons. Nothing really happens. Put another dollar in. I'm pressing some buttons. She was like, stop. She's like, I said, what's happening? She's like, the machine's letting you win.
Yeah, right.
I was like, all right. So we just sat there probably for 5 minutes, and I won like $28.
Okay, off of $1.
Off of $1.
Okay, little Dogecoin action, man. Okay.
So yeah, that was my introduction to gambling. But you know, I ain't played too much after that. I played with my fiance, but that was it.
How long you was there for?
4 days, Thursday through Sunday morning. So kind of 3 days, mostly 3 days.
Okay. And what was the highlight of it? I think my favorite part of Vegas was like the show. I went to show and restaurants. I went to Cirque du Soleil.
I was gonna say
Ka, I think was the name of it.
Cirque. I love Cirque du Soleil. I would love it. Like I never thought I'd be able to afford it, but you know, on TV it looks awesome.
Yeah, the thing about Vegas is like you got to go out there with a budget.
Yeah. Notice.
You can't. It's not a very casual. It could be casual if you really not trying to have no fun. But like, why would you go to Vegas if that's on the agenda?
Nah.
So you really got to have like a budget out there.
Can't be a cheapskate.
Yeah.
And the first time I went, I was pretty young. It was in 2012. So I was just like 24 or 25. You know, I ain't had no money. I barely had just like $600 maybe to spend for like the 2 days we was in Vegas. And that's like barely.
Yes.
Like, I maxed that budget out, went to a Cirque du Soleil show, ate at 3 pretty nice restaurants in the little MGM Plaza.
Okay.
We did some other stuff, just kind of, gambled, like maybe 100 of it.
Okay, cool. Make any back?
No, I'm an unfun gambler. I only go to the casino with just $100. And then once that money's gone, I'm done. Or once I've doubled up on that money, right. I'm going home.
Smart man.
Not only am I done, I'm like, hey, so I'll be in the car. There's no reason for me to stay here no more. I have gas money back home and enough money to cover a little dinner tab.
I'm good. I'm up.
A fun day. Yeah, What's not fun is losing your ass in the casino when you already broke.
Yeah, no.
You shouldn't have been in there in the first place.
Right.
Hey, speaking of my winnings, you know what I'm saying? Every time fiance send me away with $5, I go to the blackjack table. I doubled up every time I win. Mm-hmm. So I won on blackjack a couple times. It just wanted my money, so I guess I didn't remember. I had to give all that back.
Yeah.
Give those winnings back.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had a good time in Vegas. Now, I feel like you went somewhere different before that.
I did go to Cabo earlier this year.
Yeah.
It was just, my homie got married, and his wife thought it would be a good idea to send him on a guys trip after they got married. So,
how many guys?
It's me and 3 other guys. So it was me, the husband, and 2 other guys.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna ask no more questions about that guy's trip. So yeah, shout out to Cabo.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Shout out to anything that did or didn't happen on that trip.
We was just excursioning and sitting in the pool. It was beautiful.
I know,
you know, a couple of edibles.
Okay, excavating. Right, come on, man.
I see ain't no Instagram pictures of you. It was all in the
I
stories.
ain't lying.
All in the stories that expire. So there's no real evidence of it. We know you went.
I'm gonna photo dump my Cabo trip.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to
Right, just every piece of document.
This is what happened.
That pesky Dan, that damn program.
Oh, damn it, Dan.
But nah, speaking of was that the first trips you had taken since last year? The old shutdown, COVID, all that?
I think so. We might have did some interstate travel. You know what? No, that's a lot. We drove to me and the homies. We drove to Destin, Florida, somewhere around the pandemic time. Yeah, it was Destin is a lit location. Man.
Oh,
they do not want us there at all.
Yeah.
They don't want us to know that it's there. But that's such a lit location.
So yeah, Destin, Seaside, Panama, that whole Gulf Strip.
Yes.
I love it. It's just it's like 6 hours and 6 and some change drive, and it just be an hour more drive than you'd be willing to do. But once you get on that, once you park, get settled in, and put your feet in that sand, you be like,
so
yes.
Even when you hit that little bridge, I don't know if you go.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. So I don't like the water bridge, the waterbound bridges. I get so nervous on them, and I be 10 and 2, and I just be thinking like, yep. If there's a helicopter filming, I'm gonna be the nigga with the car that go over the bridge like, oh!
You see that in the movie every time when the bridge collapses. It's just that one car.
That car whoop.
Just got nervous over nothing. It's like, oh shit! Just a nervous reaction.
So yeah, that's the bridge to get to 30A. In fact, that might be that strip.
I have no clue. I do know what you're talking about, but I have no clue.
I love it down there. I frequent Seaside pretty often. I like it a lot. You can see pictures on my pages. I also like it if you see it. I know y'all seen that sunset picture, man. Stop playing with me, man. Okay, anyway.
Daniel's out here.
Speaking of trips, this shirt that I'm wearing here is Cajun Encounter Tour Company. Shout out to Cajun Encounter Tours in Slidell, Louisiana. It's basically a swamp tour. You're on like a little, like I guess a fan boat or whatever.
Is it like the amphibious and what is it? Dang,
Like
forgot about it. But it's a land to water vehicle. Is that one of those?
Yeah.
Like an airboat.
Well,
amphibious.
I can't think of the name of the boat, but Buddy was hitting it on that boat.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna tell you, bro. Like when we wasn't looking for the alligators, snakes, whatever, herrings. He'd be like, y'all ready? And then 2 seconds later, be like,
oh, the airboat with the fan on the back.
Yeah,
the airboat. Yeah.
Buddy was flexing up, too. He was riding the little coast, too.
Yeah.
But also, that's where I got this gator head, was from that swamp tour. This is like a real, like taxiderm.
Like y'all killed it?
Head. No, they just got a gift shop full of different sizes.
They caught a gator.
Yeah.
You killing gators?
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to Cajun Encounters Tour in Slidell, Louisiana. And that New Orleans trip, obviously you saw the Instagram video footage. It was just ridiculous.
That was lit.
That was my first time going to New Orleans. I loved that city.
Yeah, it didn't look like you were sleeping.
Look, it's like, oh, can a person from Atlanta say that? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
You're technically
Falcons
not allowed.
too sorry to have beef with New Orleans no more. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
They can't help it. It's not their
Look,
fault.
the subscribers, where did they go?
Where did they go?
Did you see any actual gators?
Yeah, so we saw 2 adult gators. And the tour guide was even saying that, because it had just started getting nice when we went in May. They were saying that the alligators had been dormant for a while, but they had just started coming out. So we saw 2 adult ones. Yeah, they were social distancing.
They knew it was a
water,
pandemic.
right? They knew it was a panty, so they had to get out of Dodge. And all of the gators are named Wally. He starts off by calling the first gator Wally. You'd be like, oh, okay. So then he goes, hey, you want to know the name of this gator, what we call this one here? And they're like, what? You're like, Wally. Come here, Wally. Come here, Wally. So, like, as the gators come up, they feed them with dried dung. And for some reason, that's like a treat for alligators. Now, mind you, alligator will eat your ass. So if you thought the dog dung was gross, you probably taste gross too if you get your ass in that water.
Yeah, I guess so.
So that was really cool. I know he was just talking about trips.
That sounds fun. If I ever go to New Orleans anytime soon, I'm going to ask you about that.
It's only $30 if you can drive to it, but they have a shuttle that comes to New Orleans and gets you, but it's $60 in. It's worth the money. It's very fun.
Hold on, the tours $60 per person?
$30 if you can get there. $30 if you can drive yourself to the from New Orleans. To, obviously you'd be in New Orleans.
New Orleans, right, somewhere.
To get in, yeah. So if you can drive to Slidell, which is like a little 33-minute drive.
And the alternative is what? You said something like
a shuttle will come.
It just come get you from somewhere for $30.
$60, yeah.
Oh shit, that's kind of lit.
It's worth it, man. I love it. I love that.
I love
it. It was cool. Our tour guide was super cool.
Okay, yeah, this do look fun. I'm saying, looking at the picture, this looked like a good time.
Right.
Harassing Mother Nature.
So let's get into the point of this conversation. Is the point to talk? Yeah, the good old point here.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Now we're here to talk about you. We're here to talk about for those who don't know, Elon is our audio engineer for the show. And he takes care of the audio portion and all the technical parts of that.
Rigmarole.
Yeah, rigmarole. That's a good word. Can the spelling bee champ spell that one? Oh, shout out to her, the coolest girl, the coolest girl like on the planet right now.
Everyone's inspiration.
Truly. But yeah, Elon takes care of the audio, and also his audio company is
Conscious Dreamers.
And how are things going with that?
Man, it's going lovely. Recently, I just fell into what I consider my purpose with what I'm doing. I always wanted to make beats. Anybody knows me. I always wanted to make beats. I always wanted to make music. But recently, I wanted to discover a purpose behind doing everything. Not to just be a famous producer banging on some stuff and looking cool in front of, I wanted to have a reason to inspire other people. Get out there, be creative, inspire some kids, inspire, just things I naturally do all the time. So Conscious Dreamers was, the brand.
So how long have you been doing music or producing? What came first?
Since the 8th grade.
Did it start with the pencil tap beats?
It was kind of. It was so many
doing
guys.
Playing while you're hating on the.
That man, look, it was so many dudes that was so much more fire with the pencil taps than me. That's what it really started with. I'm envying the pencil tap dude because hey, where Johnny at? Hey man, we trying to rap. Come in. They go find Johnny.
Right.
Oh no.
They ain't relying on just anybody. Hey bro, give us a beat. No. We gotta go get that nigga Johnny. He can.
Niggas was getting pencil deals in high school.
Right. And that really what it was. Me and my homies used to walk around, pretend we had a label or whatever. They just I just fell in love with beat making, man. I saved up a whole bunch of lunch money, got the program on my laptop, my computer. We had a computer in the kitchen at the time.
What was the program back then? Fruity Loops?
It was Fruity Loops, but at the time Reason just came out. Right now Reason is on like 10. At the time it was like 1.0.
Yeah.
It just came out. I sit in the kitchen, wasn't on YouTube or nothing. So I sit in the kitchen all night and trying to figure it out. I loved it.
So it started off producing then in 8th grade.
Yeah, I'm saying producer. It is producing.
And how long did it take for you to did the kind of technical audio work you've been doing now, did that come more recently as an adult, or was that something you always were good at too?
Well, unbeknownst to me, I've kind of always been good at it. So, I guess through osmosis or something. My pops, he's a musician. He's always been a musician. He plays keyboard. I don't think he's ever had a real job. But in the summertime, I used to go sit on the tour bus with him. He'd go on tour with Peebo Bryson, who was
my boy Peebo.
This
He'd
guy.
be on the commercial where you buy the 20 R&B CDs.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Here and now.
Yes. Peebo. So
Peebo would spend some game on that little infomercial, bro. And Shotty was bad too. Anyway, go ahead.
No, so he used to go on tour with him. They take me, so I just be on the tour bus as a kid, whatever. Growing up, I'd be at his shows watching him put together cables, breaking down cables, and I guess it just kind of stuck with me, you know, all these years, you know.
So briefly tell me the things that Conscious Dreamer, the services that Conscious Dreamer have to offer.
Engineering, mixing, producing, recording, live recording, so like television shows, obviously podcasts, and we're moving into mentorship. We're just gonna have basically, you know, young brothers like us. I consider us kind of young, you know. I think kids in their teens would kind of consider us young. But, you know, just like kind of giving kids in their like teens and 20s just a little more guidance.
We're old men.
Yeah, we're definitely old.
I mean, you know, I know we old, but they don't know we old.
Yeah, well, I guess you can, if you act old, then
there you go.
Like, boy, get your lame ass on.
There you go.
Right.
I mean, how many people did you have in their 30s like kicking it with you when you was in your 20s?
Oh, that's all I used to hang out with.
Okay, no, that was never something I had.
Oh,
I never had men in like their 30s or men in their
man.
20s kicking it with me, trying to tell me, hey, go here, do here.
So, some of my besties were like grown ups. Like when I'm 17, they was like 29 and 33.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And now I want to give that experience to more young black brothers.
It helped me a lot because like I be trying to come around with that teenage shit, and they be like,
Hey,
"Boy,
man.
if you don't go ahead on with all this shit," be like, "Oh yeah, like these adults."
If you don't know how it helped Dan, he's the only black man living in Buckhead currently.
Right. Well, Midtown.
Even worse.
This is Midtown. Thank you very much. We don't fuck with those Buckhead hoodlums.
That's where all the crime
Shot.
happens.
Right. But who would ever thought Buckhead? That's where all the crime happens. Who would ever thought this would happen to
I mean,
us?
to disrespect your home, sir.
So, Conscious Dreamer also just dropped a recent project.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
about that a little bit.
So it's called Lucid Dreams. Either y'all get a chance to listen to it?
I haven't. You just sent me the link yesterday, right?
Y'all didn't play me like that.
Yeah.
You know, just
you
asking.
just
I wanted
said-
you was asking me questions.
No,
But it's
I
funny.
haven't.
It's funny because I was just
No,
telling
maybe
y'all.
made the alligator
No,
bite
I
you,
said,
bro.
look.
Like,
That was going to defend you because I was just telling y'all. As much as I do this show, I probably never watch the YouTube because I'll sit here and I'll listen to it.
Well,
but then-
yeah, right. We all have to run through it.
Right.
I only watch it the final time when Aubrey sends me the final. I don't ever watch the episode.
I got to do better with it, actually.
No,
No, man.
Good.
It's
You're
not
good.
watching it, but-
Hey, the YouTube's doing surprisingly better than what we thought it would.
It's
So,
doing-
we
it's doing
can't
good.
we can't complain.
We are happy with it.
Yeah, cannot.
Y'all
complain.
doing a great job, man.
We
With
appreciate
the
that.
branding all the way around, just everything I got going. It's
Doing the best
Hey
we
man,
can.
we just got to be consistent.
Yeah, man.
Like right now, it's a skeleton model, but it makes sense, and it's gonna grow from here. And as long as it makes sense, we just gonna keep doing it. But the most important part is keep doing it, and not like going ghost, and not like just being, weird. Yeah, right. Weird is the biggest best way I could describe
like
it.
saying the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, or just saying things that no fucking body wants to listen to. But anyway,
my bad.
back to Conscious
Yes, that
Dreamer,
goes back to
Lucid
what you were
Dreamers.
saying, lucid
Yeah.
dreams. So, one of my philosophies is just putting out content, just like you guys said. Really, this is a beat tape, but when I do beat tapes, I try to envision what I would want my album to sound like. If sans the words, having actual rapper on there. What would I want the ambience to sound like? So,
Right.
I was familiar with the concept of just being asleep and knowing that you're in your dream, but you're being able to control your dream.
Yeah, I love that. Just title is super dope.
Yeah.
Lucid Dreamer.
Lucid.
It's like, that's like living out your dream.
Yeah, living out your dreams. I mean, so if you listen to it, it's certain little clips I put in there, but it's scientific studies that say, you can teach yourself how to lucid dream. You can do something in your dream to tell yourself, oh, I'm dreaming. Now I can do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't wake up.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Where can I find it? I'm looking for it on.
Oh, I probably didn't even, my smart ass. They didn't even put the link on the. You gotta go to Apple Music.
Apple Music. I'll find it.
Yeah,
I got you.
genius. I'm a one man.
Hey man, that's how it.
Right.
That's how it is.
Yeah, you gotta try to remember everything.
That's how it is.
So I remember a few years back, you introducing us to a fella named Reptar. Do you still
That's the homie.
you still work with him?
That's the homie. So me and him, we talk pretty frequently. We talked yesterday a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the homie.
That's cool. That's
What's
cool.
up, man?
Down too deep into what? That's the homie.
That's what's up. So with music or even with sound and audio, what's a project that you're like that you're most proud of working on or working with? Because you cover all the stops with audio, whether it be holding a boom mic or editing a podcast or whatever, or literally telling me the right Amazon cart of things to order. And turn that cart from $700 to $300 less.
Yeah,
I was about to buy a bunch of shit I couldn't use.
It's lucky, yeah.
Elon's like, "Why you got this in there?" I'm like, "Come, bro, it'll connect to the iPhone too."
I don't think
Like, something wrong
Like,
with
man,
you.
it'll only connect to that.
Right? Elon, like, something wrong with you, bro. But
This is not gonna help you.
so yeah, what's a project that you're like proud to like or work on?
Besides the damn podcast show, because really this is really turning into my new pride project. I like sending people over here. I like what y'all are doing. For it's not even anyway. Before the pandemic, I was working on a play. It's called Head Over Heels. It's supposed to be like a romantic comedy, gospel type of thing. And I'm saying gospel because it definitely had, Christian overtones. It was like Bible scriptures and stuff. But it was more comedic than anything. But I was real proud of my work in that because that was the first thing I did with no roadmap. Like when I came into it, my pops was kind of playing the keys for one play that she was doing. And he was like, "Man, I need some." She said she needs sound effects. Is there any way you could trigger sound effects when she asked for them? I was like, "Yeah, I could come up with something." And slowly I came up with a system that allowed me to take it into that next play where I'm triggering, man, I know the whole 2-hour play by heart. And I'm triggering all the sound effects just, while doing other stuff. So that was definitely one of my prior projects. And that went on for some years and it allowed us to travel.
What was the time frame of that?
2013 up until 2018 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, we did that like every year, at least minimum 2 shows a year. Every year, just somewhere doing something. So that was a real good dope thing. It was really challenging, but it was dope.
That's really cool.
Yeah, really challenging, really dope.
So what kind of artists do you draw from your music when you make music? And do you make music other than beats?
I do. Yes, I do. I recently did a trailer with one of my homies. His name is JB. He has JB Audio. So that was an interesting experience. Just try to capture the moment and follow the direction that he was giving me. I want to consider myself a Foley artist, even though I have technically only done the play. Foley artist is somebody who designs the sounds in like movies and plays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to consider myself as. I want to consider myself that executive producer guy. But I know I still got a lot to show and prove. But I can see how my example kind of leads the way for other creatives. So it just makes me want to keep going.
That's what's up. Go ahead.
Do you play any live instruments?
I do. I play percussion mostly at church. I can play drums. I play a little keys, but don't ask me to actually play nothing because I am not that skilled. My skill set is man, I just knowing this stuff. Like
Just vibing.
Yeah, and it's not even. I don't even want to try to put myself in a position like a musician because I know the time and dedication musicians put into what they do. But as far as engineering, production, mixing, telling you what I want something to sound like or making something sound like how it should sound, I got that.
Okay.
That's more of my thing.
I understand that.
Yeah, man. You want some keys, man? Holla at my pops, man. That's what he do,
you.
man. He do the keys, man.
So what would you say is the next step, or what would be on the horizon for Conscious Dreamers to grow, or for your own personal just growth in terms of your craft?
right now we got this mentorship thing that's happening. Just trying to work out how to, for lack of better words, get the right people paid for their time. You know, we definitely all gonna be doing it for the right reasons. You know, but want to kind of make it worth your time to be doing what you're going to be doing, because you're going to be making a sacrifice probably from your family and from some other things you got going on. I want to definitely get into more production. You know, I'm never really begging anybody to be on a song or part of a project. I want to, you know, just want it to be a natural vibe, man. You know, if you want to reach out, you see my Instagrams, underscore, it's Black Elon underscore.
I'm on it. I got you right here.
Black Elon underscore. Conscious underscore dreamers on Instagram. I just want to get creative, man. I really want to get creative. Just whatever we doing, podcast, TV show, movie. If I'm holding a boom mic, if I'm mixing it, you know, I mix at church. That's one of my passions. First Sunday. So, you know, whatever we can do, man.
You're definitely the first person whenever like somebody says, "Oh, I make music," or, you know, I need some sound kind of thing. You're always the first person I think of, like Elon. Like, I just think about a long time ago when I was just doing shirts and I was trying to do music, and I was like, you reached out to me with the same kind of business model, the same kind of thing you're talking about now. Like, what's your business plan? What's your, you know, what you got, you know, what's your marketing plan? What you're doing? And that's, since then, that's just kind of stuck with me. I was like, okay, I really need to rethink how I do things. Like, I need to, and I, you know, we're kind of on the same page as far as like, you know, business models and
I
trying
hope I ain't come off as pretentious, because I
man,
ain't doing a bitch ass thing.
No, man, when you did it, I was just kind of like, I was like, oh man, he knows what he's talking about. Like, it was like, even if we're unable to actually like execute that, it's like that is, and that just kind of is just where we ended up now, as far as being able to be organized and have a business model and have
actually
a marketing
come here and be able to do this and make it sound and make it look, make it okay.
Oh yeah, and to piggyback off of what Joe just said, I was thinking yesterday. Or when I texted you the other day about today, I was just thinking like, man, I really didn't even have many interactions with Elon in high school. If it was just a handful.
You went to Grady, right?
Yeah, but you was
I went to North Atlanta. I just happened to know all of them.
You didn't go to Grady.
I didn't even go to Grady. I went to Inman.
You went to Inman.
I went to Inman, but you know how I know Joe?
How?
I've known Joe since probably I was 6 years old, maybe.
You used to stay on Bankhead? Or you used to stay on Ashby?
We used to play football at Peachtree Hills.
At the rec center at Peachtree Hills. His dad was one of the counselors.
This was before I moved to Bankhead. This is at Peachtree Hills. We played baseball, basketball. You play football too? Man.
Football.
Tater tots, man.
I was trying to piece it together because I'm like, I know I've seen you around Grady, but I'm like, I never had no interactions. And
so we went to M&O Kevin. You know, that's how I know Holly. That's how I know everybody.
I really was thinking the other day, because I'm like, it's so funny that Elon is doing the show, because like, I really only knew of this man when we were in high school, and you know, it's just all come together. I jokingly told Joe that this show is going to end up becoming the Grady Hour, because so many people are going to end up from Grady. You know, people who doing something from Grady.
I love the Grady crew,
don't hear that and get excited. You're not coming on here.
I love the Grady crew, though. I used to ride the bus all the way from North Atlanta some days just to sit up at Grady.
So that makes sense. You went to North Atlanta. And of course, they are basically just the same school. It's the same friend circle of people.
It's a similar
everybody.
circle.
Like everybody know each other from school. So I want to just tell you again, thank you so much for like being a big part of this. And you know, like you say, I'm glad to hear you say that this has become a project you're excited about. That's all I was telling you at the beginning. Was like, hey man, I know you probably get this a lot, but like Joe said, we actually, and segue into this, Joe have a business model for things. And you know what I'm saying? And he's saying he got it from you. So, I mean, it's fortunate that the stars align, because I am very particular, like when when it's my show, not no pun intended, but when it's my show, I have to call the shots, or else I'm not comfortable with the thing.
Right.
But just because you can call shots don't mean that you're organized. It don't mean that that's not where the buck stops.
Yeah, right.
So like I'm happy to have a producer co-host in Joe, a good audio engineer in you, and of course my video editor Aubrey.
Yes, Aubrey. See you
Shout
out here,
out
man.
to Cynthia Rose Production. You know, he making it look real nice with the nice on-screen recordings and things and the nice editing. I'm just very fortunate to be doing just this handful of episodes and still doing it, and I'm excited about it.
You're going to continue to do it, dog. You got the right pieces, man. You're going to keep growing.
As long as y'all stick with me, then you know what I mean. I'm comfortable.
I'm here, dog.
Because it's not, like I spoke before the interview started. There is some headaches attached to doing a program like this, particularly just dealing with other people. But for the most part, this is a thing that's like very fun for me. And I feel like me and Joe plan all week and plot on shit.
Right.
Even though each episode may seem like it's the same thing, like me and Joe have some plans.
Yeah,
we just have to be consistent.
You get to the point where you can implement all of them.
Yeah.
They slowly get implemented. Every episode we look, it's like, this is what we need to do different. Like, this is what needs to happen here.
Yeah.
And what you're saying, we did that with the play. Like every time we do the play, intermission, it's like, all right, we like this, don't do this, do this. And it felt better, every time. Now, I wouldn't recommend just doing that every show. Like, let's tweak something. But, that formula to want to, criticize what you've done and, giving yourself that room to grow, I think that's part of greatness, man.
Well, enough about us. What y'all think about these rums?
Oh, man,
I finished my glass.
Perkins Sweet. I'm about to finish my glass. If y'all decided, I think y'all did see the glass that I poured because I was trying to
run it back to the beginning of the episode.
Guys, I was trying to be cool because it had that little ice ball. What's the ice ball? I waited till we started to do that too.
Yeah. So the ice ball is just they sell the molds and you just fill it with water and then you just peel it off and then it's the mold, and you have it with bourbons or with black dark liquors.
That's some fancy nigga shit.
Oh yeah, I like it. And they're not easy to get like just at the stores. You kind of have to order like on Amazon. But of course, me working at like a liquor store, I get all like everything you see in the backdrop liquor related came from my job. To the point where I don't know why I took half this stuff home.
Japanese ice ball.
Guys, Dan doesn't drink anymore, according to Dan.
Yeah, I know.
He offered us liquor.
He gets us drunk.
Right. He offered us liquor.
No, well, I do still drink. I've just been scaling back. I've been eating different and trying to just being a little bit more in control. Honestly, doing this and getting back into shooting photography and stuff, which shout out to Brian. Me and Brian randomly shot some people's wedding on Jackson Street.
Yeah, I seen it.
And like we finna send these folks the footage like tomorrow and the pictures. Yep. And it's crazy how like
if you build it, they
just
will
going to like I wasn't even too thrilled about shooting Jackson Street, but Brian was giving me pointers on video because we both shoot Nikons. Mm-hmm. And as soon as we was done, before you knew it, like within 10 minutes, I'm practicing with the video settings that I now have. And these folks was like, excuse us, you don't mind, we're about to just get married here real quick. We was like, oh shit, hell yeah. Like, that's awesome.
Yes, bro.
Before you know it, Brian starts shooting one angle. I start shooting the wide shot. We didn't even huddle up like, all right, you want to try to get some money real quick?
No.
It was just like, oh, well, I guess
here we go.
Here we go. Job training.
Yep. And yes, so,
man. With doing photography again and doing this show, I can't be hammered all the time. Like, I be having to come home and work on stuff. Yeah. And I be having to come home and, like, I can't just have nothing to do because now I have stuff to do. Right,
now you have stuff to do.
For the last year, I didn't have about nothing to do. Yeah. I have had much to do. So with that...
I was enjoying watching that on your Instagram, by the way. I believe that's how this came about, you just having nothing to do.
Oh my God, right. If you started following me in 2018, and then I ducked off for 2 years. after
Okay.
2019. I just got back on because of this show.
I guess
but
that
for
was
2018 and 2019, I was just lit.
there was a
It was a long.
You were on somebody else's Instagram. I knew y'all were living the lit life, and y'all were doing this shit every day. And I was like, bro, should I just call this man? Because I was so tempted to just reach out to both of y'all and be like, man, I'm just coming over. I'm
on the way.
I'm on the way, bro.
It used to be
But,
crazy. So.
You know, so I ain't really, know you like that. And I just knew.
Back then, I didn't have much to do, but now I have stuff to do. I have been drinking less. I try to just drink on my off days.
Yeah. Okay.
Which today is an off day,
Yeah.
so I will be having some drinks later.
Yeah.
But life is just, there's different things going on in my life that's making me be a lot more serious. I'll be 35 in December.
Never
and it's just that old wash shit that you
December
really...
what?
December 11th.
I'm December 17th.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Shout out to Sagittarius, the best zodiac sign. I don't know what the fuck y'all be talking about.
It's really just the second best, just a month too early.
Gang.
Really.
Why don't you write it to Taurus since you know what the fuck you
Yeah.
Okay, goddamn insane Gemini motherfuckers. Okay, never mind.
Capricorn.
I like Gemini. Is you Gemini?
No, I'm a Capricorn.
Oh.
I'm Capricorn.
Not just Gemini, all the other ones. They're inferior.
What's your birthday?
Where are the subscribers
January
going?
Okay.
I can feel the unclick. Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you don't
never
like?
mind.
Oh, you don't like any other zodiac sign?
Right.
We're out of here.
So yeah, definitely just getting older is making me have to take things a lot more serious. And like I say, when I'm doing something, and even folks that I reach out to for the podcast, I tell them, like, I know y'all know that like I'm a pretty goofy person, and like I know if you follow me, you may think one thing about Dan, but like I do take things seriously, and I do take this show serious. And you know, I try to make this as loose as possible because when I do rewatch it, I'd be like, you gotta loosen up. I think the first 3 episodes I was very over here, just like jittery,
Just thinking.
thinking. My mic on? Is it recording?
Yeah, man,
Is it recording?
Yeah, man, it really took you a long time.
Joe,
to
is
loosen
it
up.
recording?
Yes.
Now it's just like, hey Dan, put this arm here,
You're right.
put the other arm there,
Get to talk.
and just talk. And when it's time to stop talking, stop talking. And speaking of that, is anything you want to say to close it out?
Man, nothing, man. Thanks for having me. Shout out to Dan Podcast Show, man. Shout out my boy Joe, man. Shout out my boy Dan. Shout out Conscious Dreamers. I don't know, man. We out this bitch. Dog.
Yeah, and you already said where to follow you earlier.
Yeah, man.
We'll put it up on the screen.
Put it up there,
it should
dog.
be.
Put it up there.
It should be like I'm pointing at it. Like it's interactive.
Yeah,
I can touch it.
yep.
No, wait.
And you do the little, it's just like, make sure you like and
Yes,
subscribe.
like and
And it'd be like a little fairy flying around it.
We ain't figured that shit out yet.
Yeah,
Fuck y'all.
Aubrey not gonna pull that one off. It's just gonna look. It's gonna look silly. I almost said a bad word.
Right. Hey, now. Oh, wait. I forgot to tell you. We were talking about Vegas. I went and saw Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Oh, dope. Was it Joe and Chappelle? Did Joe Rogan open for him?
No, it was like Chappelle and Friends, so it was really like the Roots and Dave Chappelle.
That's
Nice.
dope.
It was the
That's
Roots and
dope.
Dave Chappelle.
I got to see Chappelle in 2018. It was Jon Stewart and Chappelle. And
That sounds super
yeah, it was
lit.
pretty cool. And there was a few decent opening acts, a few not decent one being Chris Tucker, unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
Still, Michael Jackson jokes ain't funny after 2005, unfortunately. Shout out to Chris Tucker, though. You my boy, though.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
not after you hear that.
Yeah.
No, we still
No,
love
you
you, Chris
still
Tucker.
doing the mic
We love
jokes,
the OG Chris Tucker.
Yeah, but I got to see Chappelle. It was amazing, and it was actually one of the. It was his last video stand up.
Oh.
That one from 20, that Netflix one,
Yeah.
where it was shot at the Masquerade.
Yeah, dope.
I went to one. It wasn't that one, but I went to that.
That string of them.
Shows,
Okay,
so.
yeah. He had Donnell Rollins open up for him.
Yep, and Donnell Rollins was the first one. He was pretty funny.
He's pretty funny.
There was a girl, I think her name is Michelle. She's an orange head. She's kind of like the girl Carrot Top is what she reminds me of. But she got famous from her like correspondent comedy thing she did. She was really funny. I really liked that show. It was super cool seeing Dave Chappelle.
Man. Yeah,
Like,
that was a really
the
dope
GOAT,
experience.
the
Yeah,
GOAT.
real dope experience. I almost forgot about that. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, we wrap this shit up. Dog.
Yeah,
I'll tell you about that shit.
Yeah, Joe, you want to say something to the peeps?
Thank
I
you for
called y'all the
listening.
peeps. Where are the subscribers going? Gee willy. I just felt 17 leave out of my YouTube soul.
They're gonna take their
Check your
views
phone.
back. Can't get those views
You
back,
can't
baby.
get this, like
They
closing in on 700 view hours, baby.
They're ours.
Thank y'all for tuning in. That's it.
This is the Quiet Storm.
Joe said more this episode.
Yes.
Let's see what he do the next episode.
I'm gonna bitch up next episode. I'm like, oh, I talked too much last episode.
Oh man.
Well,
man.
I definitely appreciate you coming through.
Thank you, dog. Thank you
I
for having me,
appreciate
truly.
everything you do for the show. I
Oh, man.
appreciate you
Thank you.
coming through and letting me get all the right equipment. Everything you see here is because this man told me to order it. So thank you. Hopefully we'll do it again soon. We always have good conversations, even when we
man.
did the test runs.
Right, right.
Those were good. Those
Right.
were good little quality recordings.
I might do a sit-in every so often. You know, if you have
we
me.
can definitely do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, obviously, we want to. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
We'll talk about it. Don't want to get too committed
Yeah,
on
right.
camera to say it
Right.
like that. Well,
Well,
that's
they
gonna happen.
Dan, you
They
said.
You said you was gonna get a bigger space, a bigger table.
Come on, Dan.
You said Charlamagne was gonna be.
We
the
waiting. We waiting.
No, that'll never happen.
Thank you.
But no, thank you for coming on. Thank
Thanks,
you,
bro.
Joe. And thank you, everybody who have tuned in. Of course, all the information will be there. Patreon. We're going to be working on that content soon. That is something I will say on camera is that Patreon,
Yeah,
we're plotting
we
on
need that.
content for that, but this got to make sense first.
Yeah, we need that.
But it's set up because we need money.
We need some money. That's one
Oh,
thing I will say.
All right, so make sure you like and subscribe.
Do all those things. Yeah.
With the stars and the rainbow, the more you know and all that. Yeah, Aubrey. Yeah, you got your
You
work
gotta
cut
do
out.
that. Yeah.
You got to do it now.
Gotta do it now. They're expecting. We said that on camera.
Can't make us look stupid pointing at nothing.
Right. All right, we out.
Peace out.
Peace.
Peace out.